One group of local veterans, 11 a.m. every day is a special time.
Yeah, this is really fun. They meet up at a local White Castle to share stories and enjoy time together and just catch up. Today, they let 10 TV photojournalist Dan Pasiak sit with them.
It's a central part of our mental stability. But this is a socialization for us. This is where we take a cup of coffee, a cup of White Castle coffee, and a slider and solve the world's problem.
Actually, this is like a wellness center. we get all our ills taken care of.
I'm gonna call you back,
Actually,
Sam.
might as well call it a wellness center.
All experiences weren't bad. For example, I had a chance to travel throughout the world that I never would have gone to. You know, and for example, I had a chance to learn different language, experience what it's like to be somewhat free. Because I remember going to France, Germany, Spain, and all the different countries, and not that it was not that they were perfect, but they didn't see me as a black man. They saw me as a human being to some extent.
It's hard for me to get used to people saying, welcome home, or you, thanks for your service. I went into service in 1952. You never heard stuff like that. People hated you.
Yeah.
We were one of the most hated people on earth as a veteran at one time. But all of a sudden, we heroes. And shoot, I was scared to walk down the street when I came back from Vietnam. Honestly. They told you, don't wear no uniform.
They had a completely different narrative at that time.
Yeah, people don't realize what it is when you're a young person, go in the military, it deprogram you, you got to come out. That's a hell of a thing to go through. You think it's easy, that's not an easy thing to go through. You spend all your young life in the military, then you get out, you got to adjust back to society.
Yeah.
People don't realize that's not easy. Ain't nothing easy about that. You got to learn a new system all over again. How to deal with these people, how to deal with those people, how to put in for jobs, how to act on the job. That takes a lot. It breaks you down. And then you got to start all over again, learning how to be a civilian.
Because for a long time, man, I basically isolated myself. And I found out that's one of the worst things you could do. But when you isolate yourself, man, you have a lot of anger and a lot of stuff you got going on that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
So come around these guys here that have experienced some of the same thing I've experienced, I can let out a lot of stuff and understand a lot of stuff through them. You know, because a lot of us basically going through the same thing.